to the mastermindwebinars.com, the Mastermind Webinar. My name is Jimmy Schwinn. I am the founder and head trainer at mastermindwebinars.com. And today we are going to be going over how you're going to use a sales funnel blueprint to build a profitable sales funnel for your business. One that actually makes you a return on your investment. When you spend money on marketing, you're going to make a profit from your sales, not where you're going to, break even or be in the hole, a loss. You're going to actually make a profit. Now, before we get started, why am I someone that you want to listen to? Why am I doing these mastermind webinars? Well, just to give you a little brief background about myself, I've been in internet marketing, online marketing, and sales funnel development and conversion optimization for over 20 years. I was doing sales funnels before we even knew they were sales funnels back in 1996 and the 90s, from 96 onward. Now, I didn't know they were sales funnels at that time. It just was a logical thing that it made sense to me to capture people's information before I showed them what I actually was getting, okay? What I was offering to them. So meaning just like you see here on this page on the mastermindwebinars.com, in order to join for free, right, you just give me your email address. And so I learned very early in the late 90s that the way that I was going to be able to collect a lead was I had to get the information before I showed them what I had available. So that, again, no one knew what a sales funnel was. And since then, I was started in the pet industry, did hundreds of thousands of leads, millions and millions of dollars in sales. I mean, literally, I went from a static website that was producing about $100,000 a month in sales to putting sales funnels in place, multiple sales funnels, specific target marketed sales funnels, and was doing anywhere from $500,000 to $700,000 a month in sales, generating in excess of 10,000 leads per month. And I've done this in multiple niches, me and my team. So, it doesn't matter whether it's in the pet industry or the network marketing industry or the wellness industry or whatever industry, it's irrelevant, doesn't make a difference. We've done that in all of those different industries, okay? So, 20 years of doing this and got a lot of experience, over 60,000 hours in doing this. And, real important that you understand sales funnel development and you understand optimization and you understand target marketing. Okay, so we're going to get into that. Hold on 1 second before we do. Just hold on 1 second, please. Sorry about that, folks. I had somebody in my restroom looking at something. Okay, so again, today I'm going to show you how to put together a proper sales funnel for your business that creates profit and not losses based on a sales funnel blueprint. And again, my time and my experience, over 20 years, 60,000 hours, hundreds of thousands of leads in multiple niches, tens of millions of dollars in online sales, and that's why I can teach you this. So let's get started, okay? So and again, if you haven't joined mastermindwebinars.com, just go ahead and join with your email address and get going, okay? And it's free. Again, you're going to get all my messaging. Join our private Facebook group. You'll go into my contact list. We don't spam people. I don't send a bunch of emails out. I'll send you some emails out on training videos. I'll send you some emails out when I do have live webinars so that you join them. Again, we don't hit people constantly with emails. We just let you know when we have valuable information that can help you master your online business success. And that's pretty much, what we send out to you, okay? So we're going to be utilizing this company called 𝗙𝗡𝗟𝗡. And this is a partnership between my partners in the wellness. We have multiple businesses, and one of them that we are actually starting is this 𝗙𝗡𝗟𝗡 company that is based on a formulation that was created by one of the best heart doctors on the planet, a cardiologist who has tens of thousands of patients. He's world-renowned, created this formula. And right now we have a static website. And this website doesn't do bad. I mean, you know, let me show you here real quick. We have, this is my Google Analytics, and I'm not going to train on that today, but I'm going to show you a couple things here real quick. So it doesn't have a lot of users right now. That's going to change because this is the property that I'm going to be training you on and showing you how to develop a proper website, you know, a sales funnel, and how to drive targeted traffic to that sales funnel in order to get sales. Okay, so this is going to be the property that I will be training on over the next few months, and you'll watch everything. You'll watch me develop the sales funnel. You'll watch me create all the marketing programs. You're going to learn it all. Okay, and you're going to watch these numbers in Google Analytics go up and up and up and up and up, and the revenue go up and up and up and up. I'm going to show you all of it. Okay, so 192 users that we got. These are unique users. We did about $5,000 in sales for the month between 𝗕𝗙𝗘𝗘𝗏, which is this 𝗕𝗙𝗘𝗏, okay, and PayPal. We did in Amazon. We did about $5,000. I think it was about a total of $5,000. Okay. So again, you're going to be watching my numbers. You're going to be watching once I get the sales funnel launched and really start hitting the marketing hard. We're going to be doing some preliminary marketing on the regular static website. And again, we're getting about a 3 to 4% conversion rate on this, which is pretty much unheard of for a static website. You're lucky if you get 1%. Okay, so you're usually lucky if you get 1% conversion rate. So every 100 targeted marketed people that you send to this funnel, okay, to this stack website, you might get one person. Now hold on one second. Jim is complaining about the sound. How about now, Jim? Because there's nothing I can do about it. I can't switch in the middle of the race, the middle of the webinar. Let me know, please, because I want to continue. Mr. Smith watches the audio quality and video quality. So I'm not hearing what he's saying is a problem. Well, what is it doing, Jim? Because, again, I can't shut this cell phone off. Let me see if I move it around a little bit. Okay. Let me check. Is there anyone else having problems with the audio? How about now, Jim? I got 3 bars. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I don't know what to do. I can't hear it, so I'm just going to continue. So hopefully you can hear me. And, you know, if you can't, Jim's saying he can't, so I don't know what to do here. I could try to switch. Jim, let me try to switch over. This is going to kick me off, so I might be out of it for a second here. How about now, Jim? Can you hear me now? How about now, Jim? Can you hear me now? Okay, well, unfortunately, hopefully you don't all have a bad connection. Maybe that's on Jim's end. Let me keep on going because I can't stop at the moment. Okay, so anyways, we're getting about a 4% conversion rate on this site, sending laser-targeted traffic to it. But a sales funnel, again, the average is about 1% if you're lucky, okay? A sales funnel is much different. It could be 5, it could be 10%, 8%, 7%. And again, it allows you, and I'm going to show you today, to actually make a profit from your traffic and not have a situation where you're not even breaking even or you're actually losing money on your marketing spend, okay? So today we're going to be going through what I call our sales funnel blueprint. Let me show you something first. This is our blog, blog.mastermindwebinars.com. And here I posted a few past webinars. This one here, how to build a successful sales funnel for your business, where I actually go through some of the tools that you need. And then this one is a great one. You got to turn the audio down because, again, I'm doing this webinar live, you know, using my cell phone, using the internet. So sometimes the audio is not perfect. When I do it with my Camtasia, this actual Camtasia here, then I get perfect audio because I can use my Blue mic and I'm recording on my computer audio. So sometimes, bear with me a little bit. Sometimes we do have some issues. But if you put it down, this is an unbelievable webinar where I go through and show you exactly how to ethically hack your competitor's sales funnel and traffic sources. This is about an hour long, and it is powerful, okay? And then up here is how to create a sales funnel blueprint for your business. Now, you're going to be looking at that blueprint today. I actually updated mine since this webinar, so you'll see a difference from this webinar, from this last webinar to this one. So that's okay, because I'll show you what I've done, and I'm going to go through all of it. So, again, static websites are not, working very well anymore. You know that we know what we're doing, and we're doing, some good conversion rate here. A sales funnel works much better. Let's talk about that. So I use a program called Lucid Charts, lucidcharts.com. You can see it up here. And there's a free version, and there's a couple $1 a month version, okay? And I chart out everything. And this is my blueprint for the RG Life funnel that we're building within ClickFunnels, okay? And I'm not going to get into training ClickFunnels, even though I'm going to go through other things and show you what I'm setting up. But I use ClickFunnels. I'm actually moving. I've used Infusionsoft. I've used Lead Pages. I've used my own technology. I've created a system called Lead Recruiter Pro, which is a little bit different than ClickFunnels because it doesn't allow you to build the complete funnel. We build it and put it in there for you, but you can't build it, right? So for small business owners, I actually use both systems to run my online businesses, okay? I use both of these systems because Lead Recruiter Pro has a much better contact relation management system, CRM system. And it has a webinar system that I'm on right now, it has Conference Bridge, all that stuff. And you'll see that if you go to this webinar here, I walk you through these systems, okay? And you'll see that. So again, this is my RG Life sales funnel blueprint. And I'm building the sales funnel based on this blueprint, okay? And you can see, and I'm going to go through each part of it, but the very first page I'm going to have, now I can have an opt-in page in front of this squeeze page where I'm giving away, say, a free ebook or something like that, some kind of lead magnet that I'm giving away for free to get people's information, just like this. I'm giving access to the mastermind webinars for free. If somebody puts their information in here, they click on it, okay? Then they join the mastermind webinar, they've got finishing things, these 5 steps here, and then they're plugged in, okay? So I can put some kind of opt-in page before this, and I will have opt-in pages, as we create lead magnets that are around heart health, right? Because RG Life, its whole product base is a heart health, cardiovascular health product, right? So I would have to create a lead magnet that is related to something about that, giving them good information from Dr. 𝗙𝗧, who is a world-renowned cardiologist, right? Preventative. When people get to him, they're in deep trouble usually, okay? So we have to create something related to that, advertise that opt-in page, and then they would put in email and go into our email list, and then we start sending them autoresponders. But for this blueprint, we are using a squeeze page, okay? And I'm going to show you what that is. So you can see that I've got it laid out, where what happens on the squeeze page. So let's talk about that. Again, here is the RG Line sales funnel. These are the pages in it, right here, these 5, right? So you've got a squeeze page, you've got an order form, you've got a special upsell, you've got one-time offer, and you've got a thank you page. Now, what goes beyond that, it's like an iceberg. You see this at the top, above the water, but below the water, below what's going on, is where the magic really starts happening, right? Like when they go to the squeeze page, I add them to the rglife.com website visitor remarketing campaign with my Facebook pixel. So, say that 90%, 95 or 90% or 98%, or I'm sorry, 95, 94, 93% of the people that hit your squeeze page are not going to buy from you, okay? They're not going to buy from you. So you want to be able to collect their information. So what I do, and we're going to go through this as we go through, this is my Facebook business management for Facebook marketing. I'm right now at the custom audiences, right? I'm looking at audiences. I can create my own custom audiences, and I'm not going to do a Facebook training. I will be doing a mastermind webinar on Facebook marketing, but right now I'm just showing you what you need to set up, okay? So custom audiences, you can go on YouTube and look at how to set up a custom audience in Facebook, and they'll show you how to do it. There's a lot of videos out there, a lot of people. But I want to talk to you about that real quick. So you can see here first I have a 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗓.com customer custom audience. And right now we only have about 100 customers in 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗓 so far. We're going to have thousands. You'll see it. You're going to get to watch that happen. But right now, everybody who has an email address that's connected to their Facebook account now comes into this custom audience. Now we also have an 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗓.com prospect. Now we started off this prospect with some people that had bought a similar product, not as good, but an arginine product, a nitric oxide-based product, a creative product. We started that list. Now, every single time somebody becomes a prospect, they go into this custom audience. And then when they are visiting the website, so meaning they just come to this website, I'm building this one, the 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗓.com website visit retargeting. So you're going to want to have where they visit your website, where you're grabbing a hold of them with the Facebook pixel. When they're a prospect, they opt in, you're grabbing a hold of them, and they're a customer, you're grabbing a hold of them. And then I want you to understand these lists because I'm going to be talking about this as we go through the sales funnel blueprint, okay? So when they hit the squeeze page, I immediately add them to the 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗓.com website visitor. Because now I can start following them around with my marketing for a very low cost. Remarketing is what it's called, and it's very low cost, okay? So if only 8% of people that hit this page buys, then 90% don't buy, but they were interested, and it's a lot cheaper to get them to come back to the squeeze page than to get them there in the first place. And I do that through Facebook remarketing, okay? So this is the first part of the top part of my funnel, the sales funnel, and then the action that's happening underneath it, which are action funnels. Okay, that's what they also call it, click funnels, right? So this is the first page of the funnel, and it's not completed yet. We're still working on all the copy, the assets, the testimonials, all of that stuff. We're hoping that by May 1st, we will be launching this and starting to market this. So I will be doing another webinar this month, and you'll see the progression. I'm going to do at least one more mastermind webinar this month, and you'll see the progression. And then May, we will start driving traffic through this, and we will start optimizing it. You're going to be able to watch, and then do these things for your own business, okay? That's the good thing about it, is you're going to be able to implement this into your own business, what you're learning here, okay? So again, hopefully you have a paper and pen and or pencil and can write down some notes here. But again, I'm recording this. And do apologize if the audio is a little bit in and out, but you can hear it, and you can grab, take notes, and help create a profitable sales funnel for your business. So this page here, basically Nobel Prize winning breakthrough, nitric oxide, more nitric oxide for a healthy heart, starts with 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗓. And I'll get into teaching also copywriting and using words like, if I put cardiovascular heart, heart health or cardiovascular health, heart health trends higher than cardiovascular health. So you got to make sure that you're using the right words with your target market that are trending upwards. And we'll get into that training in the near future for sure. So we're creating this squeeze page, and on this squeeze page they can do pretty much one thing. They can buy. Okay, so laying out the squeeze page for you, the benefits, the ingredients. We got a video that we're working on. Okay, the ingredients, the testimonials, the guarantee, and then the options to purchase. They can buy this $57.95, the $149.95, or this. They can buy this on subscription. They can buy this on subscription or not, and on subscription or not. Okay, And then, of course, disclaimers, return policies, all the assets that you need to build the page. We're still working on it. And I want to show you something also. That's the pop-up. It's not done yet. But one of the tools that I use is called 𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗘𝗘. Okay? If you go to 𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗘𝗘.com, you can see I highlighted it in the browser up here at the top, where you put your domain in, the domain name, 𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗘𝗘. You can get a free account. And you can see that these are all the companies I'm a part of or I'm consulting for and the different projects that we're managing, okay, for them. And again, I'm a partner in some of these companies, I'm a consultant in others. And what I consult on is the operational side, the technology side, and the marketing side, okay? That's my areas of expertise. And this is the system that I utilize to do that. It's called 𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗘𝗘.com. And you can get a free account. So let's go into 𝗕𝗨𝗦𝗓𝗏. I'm not going to train on 𝗙𝗏𝗡, but I want to show you it's very important that you do have something that you can put the tasks in so that you can actually build your system, okay? So here, even if we have a refund or whatever we put in here, I'm managing this project here. But here you can see that we're still discussing the order bump, we're still discussing the one-time offer, setting up the payment processor, right? So all the tasks that I need to do, you can see how I have it broken down here. Inbox, I let people put stuff in there. Administration, which is just pretty much the ownership of the company. Creative is all of the copywriting, videos, graphics, all of that goes under creative. Manufacturing is anything that we got going on with manufacturing product. Marketing is all the things that we've got going on, marketing product. Sales is anything that we got going on for selling the product, you know, whether we're doing wholesale or private label or whatever. Shipping the product, support of the product, and webmaster building out the funnel and all the other stuff that we're doing, okay? Like you can see RG line funnel, and then I start bringing the subtasks in here where I'm laying everything out. Okay? First one is you got to always create a blueprint, a funnel blueprint. Create sales funnel blueprint. Because without a blueprint, how are you going to build it? Now, the great thing about building a sales funnel blueprint, creating one, is that you can update it. Like you'll see the difference between my last webinar and this webinar where I did do that because I found a couple other things I needed to do, right? But also, I will give a link to this, this system where you can utilize my blueprint as kind of foundation for you. You can change it out, but kind of you see everything that's happening on the top and everything that's happening under, everything that's happening to the sales funnel and everything that's happening to the action funnels, and you can kind of model your sales funnel off it, right? Especially if you have a physical product. So, I recommend 𝗙𝗥𝗘𝗘𝗏 unless you have some other kind of project management software. It's really important to do that because keeping all of that in your head and not setting timelines and stuff to get things accomplished, it'll take much, much longer than how we do it. And I do every project like this. Like you can see, every single project that we're doing, I do like this. And I control like this, and I'm the project manager of all of them. And you can see we got a lot going on, right? So just trying to give you some good recommendations on how to build out your sales funnel. Real important that you have project management software. So let's go back to this page, or back here. So this is my squeeze page, and its goal is to get people to make a purchase. And if you're doing real good on this page, you're going to get about 8 people out of 100 to make a purchase, okay? About 8 out of 100, okay? Could be more, could be less, but you want to get it optimized where you're at least doing 8%. So that's this page. I got a pixel on this page, meaning here you can see I have a little bit. I'm going to put a pixel on this page. I don't have it there yet, but there'll be a pixel on this page, just like there is on this one. You can see the Facebook pixel. And that's a page view. So I'm collecting them and adding them to that list that I showed you. We'll be doing the same here. So I can follow them around. Never go to a website and then all of a sudden banners are following you around or the messaging is following you around. That's what you can do with remarketing through Facebook, okay? And everybody's in Facebook, so it's a great tool to use for remarketing. So after that now, once they decided what they're going to purchase here, right, you've got to have an order form, right? This is an order form. And again, I'm going to repeat this in a couple of webinars because it's really important to do so. You know, repeat it, and, you know, repetition is good to learn. You got to know it, okay? So you got to have an order form. So once they get done on the squeeze page, you got to have an order form. Then you've got to have everything laid out on the blueprint, what's going to happen on that order form. So right now, we are talking about, let me get a drink of water here real quick. We're talking about, hopefully you didn't hear that gulp, Jim. We're talking about doing a bump of nitric oxide spray. Now, it fits with the 𝗕𝗙𝗟𝗏 product, right? Because we've got, this is spray. I actually have it in my hand right now. I'm going to take a couple hits right there. And it is a nitric oxide boost, okay? So we're going to probably offer that something as our offer bump. And what do I mean by my offer bump? Well, say that I'm filling, again, we're going to copy the images, the guarantees, all of that here. And then I go to step 2, and now it's going to give me a one-time offer bump right on the order form, which is awesome. Okay, and the great thing about ClickFunnels, it has a lot of these templates laid out for you. Then you go in and you customize, and of course you got to hook everything up with the back end, but it makes it easy for you to do that. And anybody who has a ClickFunnels account under our affiliate link, which is, by the way, 𝗕𝗨𝗦𝗜𝗡𝗘, and I'll give that to you on a, I can give that, let me show you real quick mybiz.com brings you to ClickFunnels with our affiliate link. And anybody who is under us in the ClickFunnels, we have private mastermind webinars where we actually go through your funnel, your sales funnel, and we help you tweak it, and we help you optimize it, and we show you the way to get it doing the 8%, okay? We're basically like a consultant because you signed up under ClickFunnels with us, okay? So we do that on webinars. We don't do that one-on-one, but we absolutely take members and we go through their sales funnels on private mastermind webinars, and we tweak it, and we tell you what to do and get it to, you know, your split testing and all of that stuff to make it convert them. Because at the end of the day, it's all about improving all the messaging, the sales funnel pages, the offers, and all of that to get it converting as best as you can. You're always split testing things. You're always trying things, okay? So here, on the order form page, they give a little bump. And here's what's happening, okay? So they come to the order page. If they don't complete the order, say they do complete the order, then immediately I'm going to be doing this. And I did add a couple things to this since last webinar because I realized that I needed to do it. And that's why it's so important that you have your blueprint and you have your project manager, okay? These things work hand in hand, all right? You know, a contractor is not going to go and build a building without a blueprint. And they got to have their subcontractors, their electricians, their plumbers, all of that. And then you got to have the task. Somebody has to run the project manager, right? You got to have project management software so that you know everybody's on time and everybody's staying in sync with the project to get it done properly. These are very important tools that you need to have. Again, you can get this for free, Lucidchart. You can get this for free to start with. So I think they let you have one project in there or something or two. Not sure exactly, but both you can get. Real important that you do that, okay? So first thing, if they complete the order, they're going to get a thank you email. And the great thing about this system here is I can go to automation and I can right here thank them for their order, and I can do that within the system itself, okay? So I can thank them for their order within the system itself. So I got to do that. I got to thank them for the order, give them a link to the order page, show them what they purchased, and thank them. I immediately add them to my customer list for RGX. So in here, I have different lists, email lists, okay? Let me close this out. As you can see, I've been moving a lot of stuff over here. 1 second. And I can go here, and I have an RG Life customers list. So I automatically add them to that based on the action funnel. So right here, RG Life customer, this is attached to that particular list, okay? So I have this here attached to that list. So when somebody goes into my list, my RG Line customer list, these things start to happen. This is why I call it an action funnel, okay? So they first will get Dr. 𝗙𝗪𝗏's welcome letter. So when they go in here, all right, I add them to the list. What happens next? So they went into the list. So you have to have all these components. You got to have an autoresponder, right? So they go into the list right here, and then when they go into this list, they're automatically, what's going on behind the scenes is the action funnel, okay, right here. So now this process starts. So they're added to the list. They get a welcome email from Dr. 𝗙𝗪𝗏. So whatever your product is, you want to flow chart this out on your blueprint first so that you can make sure that you build it within whatever tool you're using. And again, I highly recommend ClickFunnels. I've been doing this 20 years, and I've used all of them. You know, pretty much all of them are out there. And this one seems to have everything that I need in it. You know, I don't have to go to all these different places. I can integrate all of my tools in it. And I'm going to do, again, a training on it right now. I don't have the time to do that, but I will be doing it in the future. And they have a lot of great training videos. So I'm in this action funnel, okay? I'm in this action funnel. And what I'm going to do, send out the Dr. 𝗙𝗪𝗏 welcome email. Now I'm going to remove them from the Facebook custom prospect list. I don't want them in there anymore. So I don't want them in this list. If they're in this list, I want them out because they're my customer. I don't want to be following them around with prospect remarketing, okay? So I'm removing them from that list. Next, I'm removing them from the website visitor list. I again do not want to follow them around, okay? And they're a customer. So here I'm removing them. Okay, from also, I'm going to, again, go through this all with you, but I'm removing them from the Facebook website visitor, so I'm removing them from this list because I don't want them in there. Now in this list. That's the only list I want them in. And that's the only custom audience I want them in. So the only list, my only email list I want them in is my customer email, or my customer. The only custom audience list I want them in is my customer, okay? And again, I'm flow charting that out. Then I'm going to immediately remove them from the prospect email list. I don't want them in the prospect email list. I don't want them in the abandonment cart email list, which we'll get to in a minute. And then I'm going to immediately add them to my Facebook customer audience for customers. Facebook custom audience for my customers. So I'm going to immediately add them to that list, okay, that custom audience. So that's what's happening when they actually make a purchase. And I'm controlling it through this action funnel. Right? Again, remember, when they get added to this list, they immediately get, this list is attached to this action funnel. And these things start happening. First, Dr. 𝗙𝗪𝗏's email. Second, okay, remove from list, RG Life prospects. So remove from Facebook. I got to kind of shorten it up because I want to see it all here. So remove from Facebook, custom audience, prospect. Remove from Facebook, custom audience, website visitor. Remove from prospect email list. Remove from the abandoned cart list. Okay, abandoned cart shopping list, okay? Right here, RG cart abandoned sequence. And add to the Facebook custom audience customer list. That's what happens. Now I can eventually add more steps to this, but this happens. And again, when I'm using the settings, this thing is great. Like it has integrations here where it lets me integrate Actionetics, which is this tool here, controls all my emails, SMS, all that stuff. My Facebook switching back and forth. I've integrated Facebook, I've integrated text messaging, and I've integrated HTML form so that I can eventually bring them into my contact relation management system, okay, when I want to. But that is what I can do. I can do so many things, and it integrates with so much, but all, again, all in one system. all based on doing what I'm doing with these action funnels, right? And again, on my blueprint, it's all laid out. In last webinar, I didn't have these removed from email lists. I added those. I added one thing there. So again, you're going to have a foundational blueprint, sales funnel blueprint with what I have here. You can add, you can subtract, you can do all that. But again, remember, these custom audiences are really, really important because it's a lot cheaper to get somebody back to your site than to get them there. And the conversion on the ROI, your return on investment, is much better than what it is when you're first getting them there. Okay, so you want to stay with your brand in front of them. That's why you got to use custom audiences and utilize them the way I'm showing you here. Okay, so say they don't do the order. They decide they're not going to do the order. Okay, well, I have my path here. I'm going to immediately add them to the cart abandonment sequence list. Immediately. Okay, now that is again the email list. Right? I'm adding them into an email list here. I'm adding them into an email list here. Back here, I've got to have that set up, right? Right here it is. That's the list. I'm testing it right now, okay? And then that list has to be attached to an action funnel. So an action funnel, cart abandonment sequence. What's my settings here? Add to audience. Okay, so I'm adding to the audience. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm adding there, but let me go up here to, okay. So this is when they enter in that list. Remember, again, I'm putting them into the abandonment cart sequence list. They're automatically getting added into this particular action funnel. So we're going again, right here. And now they automatically get added to this. So the very first thing that happens is what? I'm going to add them to Facebook custom audience prospect remarketing. So then I go back here, I look, add to Facebook custom audience, Facebook integration, add audience, and then I got my audiences here. This is integrated with Facebook. Boom, I set it up so that automatically happens. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send them out an email. Okay, I'm still crafting all these emails. By next webinar, I'll have all of them done. But it's going to take them back to complete their order, right? So here I'm talking about that. Immediately send incomplete order email. Okay, right there. That's what I'm doing. I have it set up in ClickFunnels with my action funnel to make that happen. Then I'm going to send them a 24-hour notice. Then I'm going to send them a final notice. Then I'm going to send them an SMS, text message. Then I'm going to add them to the prospect list. So meaning, I've added them to the Facebook prospect list because they're getting followed around with marketing for people that actually gave me their email. The reason they're getting added to this prospect list is because I got their email. Meaning, they didn't finish step 2, but they did finish step 1 on the order form, which gave their email. So anytime I get their email, they aren't a website visitor anymore. They actually are now a prospect, okay? And that's why I have them in that prospect remarketing. So now I'm following them around with different messaging, okay? And then I'm shooting out all of this through the action funnel, right? And if they do not become a customer, then I add them to the prospect email list. And then through regular broadcasting, promotions, I try to get them a customer. Remember, every time they become a customer, I pull them off of all other lists. You do not want your customers on your prospect list, and you do not want your customers on your other promotional list. It's got to be customer only. Okay. So let's go back here. So that's what happens if they don't complete the order. All right? And that's all happening on this form. And again, there'll be a lot more work done on this form by the time I have the next webinar to show you all. And it's great to have this builder in here because I can get all this stuff. So let's go back now to browse funnels. And what's cool about this ClickFunnels too, just to show you here, I got different projects that I'm working on and promoting and all of that. And so you can see I got leads coming in here 25 minutes ago, 28 minutes ago, an hour ago. But this is your dashboard where you'll be able to see all your money and all of that going on. This is an affiliate program, so it doesn't show up. This one doesn't show up here. It shows up in affiliate back office. But all of the sales that I'm doing on RG Life will show up here, okay? As we plug everything in, the merchant and all of that, I'll be able to see the sales on all the things that are going on, which is really cool. So let me go back to the funnel, click on the funnel, and the next page is the special upsell, right? So let's go to that. So again, the sequence, squeeze page, order page with order bump, upsell page. Now, what am I going to offer them on RG Life here? I'm going to offer them a one-time offer, basically. Well, it's an upsell offer. They're only going to get it one time. And I'm still working on the price points. But I'm going to offer them 3 cans of what they already bought. So they're going to get 3 bottles. They already bought 1 bottle on the squeeze page. Okay? They either bought 1 bottle, they bought 3 bottles, or they bought 6 bottles. Okay? So if they bought any one of these, I'm going to offer them 3 more, free shipping, unbelievable price point to get them to buy. Now, what the stats show on a good funnel is if as many people, say 100 people complete this, and they buy either 1 bottle, 2, 3 bottle, or 6 bottle, 20% of them should complete this. That's your profit maximizer. That's what increases your profit. That's what the beauty is about a sales funnel, okay? This is really important, this part to have. So say they don't buy this. They say, nah, I'm not interested. Don't want this great deal with free shipping and great price. Or yes, they upgrade, great. No, they don't want to, okay? So again, on my sales funnel blueprint, I have to map this out, don't I? So if upsell is completed, do the following. Send thank you email for your order. Again, thank you email for your order. Beautiful thing about ClickFunnels, I go in here, and there we go. If they did purchase, give them thank you for your order. If they did not purchase, add them to the abandonment sequence, just like here. If they did purchase, send them that, add them to the customer list, right? If they did not purchase, add them to the abandonment sequence, okay? Because I want to get them back. I want to get them back to make a purchase. And I have things going on to make that happen, right? I'm following them around on the internet with my custom audience on Facebook. I'm hitting them up with emails. I'm text messaging them at the end, right? Here, I'm thanking them for the order. I'm adding them to the customer list, and then that action funnel starts, right? So on the special update, I added them, if they didn't do it, to the upsell abandonment sequence list. If they did do it, I sent them a thank you. All right? And I mapped it out. It's important that you map it out. And again, anytime they become a customer, if they they're already a customer here, remember, they're going to be a customer here. So they're going to be in my customer list. The only other list I'm going to add them to is if they do not take the special upsell, I will add them to that action funnel, okay? Which I want to try to sell them. That's the purpose. Try to get 20% of the people that move forward with buying, I want to get 20% of them to buy upsell. That's my goal, okay? So what happens next? And again, you see that it's so great. I can go in here and right here, RG Life cart abandonment sequence, RG Life upsell abandonment sequence, RG Life customers, RG Life prospects. So now, abandonment sequence. What happens? First, we thank them again for their order, right? Then we give them an upsell reminder. Then we do another reminder. Then we do a final notice on the upsell. That's it. You can't get it after that notice. And that's it. Some of them will convert based on this action funnel, okay? And they will actually go back and buy the upsell. Again, it's got to be mapped out. It's got to be mapped out. Very important. This blueprint is critical to your success, right? And then following it. Again, for my last webinar, I made a couple additions. That's fine. I made a couple additions back here, so I made a couple additions. I'm kind of building, because of my time restraints, I'm kind of finalizing the blueprint as I build out the funnel, because I got to get this funnel up and going by May 1st. So kind of doing it both simultaneously, but you have the past webinars to watch and see what I'm doing, and I always give the link after this so that you can have it. Now the next thing, after they do the upsell, we give them a one-time offer. Okay, so let's go back to the funnel. And I'm going to offer them a one-time offer. Now we're finalizing this. We're figuring out, finishing what we're going to be offering, but it's going to be something that's wellness related, you know, products that we have, and they're going to get this one-time offer. And this is going to be an unbelievable price point, probably like 50% off, 40, 50% off the retail price. And this is going to be a 1% offer, one-time offer. What happens is, usually the people that buy this, about 10 to 14% of them buy this. That's a good goal. So again, 100 people buy here, 20 people buy here out of that 100, and then out of that, maybe 2 or 3 people buy here. Okay? So out of that 20, maybe 2 of them, 3 of them buy here. Okay? And that's what you got going on here. And if they don't take it, that's fine. They hit thank you page. That's the end. That's the last page. And then you can send them to your shopping cart page. After that, you can send them to your shopping cart page. And then you can, if you have other products, you can link out to those other products with no problem. Hold on a second. Get a little hot here. Turning my fan on. Okay. So, again, folks, it's not rocket science, right? It's creating your sales funnel blueprint, building off of it, and making sure that you have a system that you're able to do all of this stuff within one system. Now, again, you have integration here, right? You have integration where you're integrating your Facebook, you're integrating, what do you use for email? Well, I use ActionEdits, and I use SendGrid, SMTP. I have my SendGrid set up, okay? And then I use ActionEdits, which is part of ClickFunnels, because I love the fact that I can do what I just showed you all within one system and track everything within that one system. So you've got to have the tools. If you don't have the tools, you're not going to be able to build a successful sales funnel. If you're not doing what I'm showing you here, your conversion will probably not pay you back for your marketing money. So at the end of the day, you want to make money. You want to make more than what you're spending. And then you're also getting people on auto ship, so you're going to get money next month from them, right? And then there'll be so much time that they last on auto ship, and then you'll know your lifetime value of your customer. When you start getting all those stats together, then you really can fine-tune everything. And I'm going to be teaching you, as I'm building this rglife.com funnel out, you're going to learn everything. You're going to see it all, okay? Just like I'm showing you the blueprint, just like I'm showing you the system that I'm using, just like I show you the integrations that I'm using. You're going to see everything. You're going to see the revenue that we're generating through it, the amount of traffic that we're generating through it, how we're tweaking, all of that. I'm going to be showing you it all, okay? So, again, it's so important, and let me see here if I can pull this down. I can share this link. I want you to be able to view it. Now listen, you got to have an account here, a free account. Okay. So I'll put this in there. Okay. You got to have a free account, but just get a free account, and then you'll be able to get this blueprint. You can download it and look at it, and you can model your company sales funnel off of it, and then modify it based on what you did. But you should have these custom audiences. You should have these three: customer, prospect, and website visit. All three of them. And we're preparing ads right now for all three of these categories, okay? Especially prospect and website visit. And I'll share those ads with you. We'll show you how they're performing. We'll do all of that also, okay? So I like to keep these webinars, these mastermind webinars, under an hour. Right now, I'm going to open it up for any questions that anybody might have. But again, this will be recorded. It'll be put on the blog. So if you have no questions, you'll be able to go back. And again, I apologize for the audio, but it is what it is. And I will be doing, if you're part of the mastermind webinars here that pop up, I will be doing recordings on Camtasia. This is Camtasia here, which will be crystal clear. And you can hear it like based on this update that I did, and this one on .com Secrets. And by the way, if you have not got your free copy of .com Secrets, the book yet, you need to do it. I mean, this guy has been doing sales funnels for a long time, not as long as me. There's not enough time to write a book with all the project management I'm doing. But he is great at it. I mean, this young man, I think he's in his 30s now, he's done tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars online. He's doing tens of millions a year. And this book is about 250-some pages, and I read it, and it is amazing. I can't believe he's giving it away for free. But it will help you with the foundation of understanding sales funnels, understanding the messaging that needs to go underneath them, and understanding how to write that messaging so it converts. Okay, it's a great, great book for that. But again, you can look at the quality of that video and this video, which were recorded with Camtasia versus the webinars. Sometimes you get me, if I don't have a strong enough signal, it'll go in and out, and then sometimes when I'm using my computer, if the internet bandwidth is a little bit, it'll go in and out, but there's a lot of great information in these. So if you got to watch them once or twice and write the information down, please do, okay? So do we have any questions at all? Got one question. Okay, so when making a secondary offer, you said the contact would go to the abandonment list. They choose not to accept the special offer. At that point, they have made the original purchase, so why would they go to abandonment list? Well, they only go to the abandonment list. Okay, so let me explain that. So they made the first purchase because they can't get to this upsell until they make the purchase. So you're correct, they do go to the customer list. But now they didn't make this purchase, okay? So I put them into the, now again, this is a different kind of abandonment list, okay? And they need to go there because I want to sell them the upsell. So this is the cart abandonment sequence is the first one that they don't buy. The second one is the upsell abandonment sequence. Now, if you understand, you can see here, I'm not adding them, I'm only adding them to this list to sell them the upsell. I'm not adding them to any kind of Facebook custom audience. Once this is done, it's done. It's 4 emails. And its sole purpose is to close them on the upsell. Okay? I'm not going to market to this list. I'm not going to send broadcast emails out to this list. It's going to run for the 72 hours, and that's it. So it won't affect my customers, but it's still going to try to sell them the upsell. Did that answer your question? You can hit me up in chat and let me know if that answered your question. So again, they're on my customer list, but I'm still trying to sell them the upsell, and there's only a 72-hour window that they have an opportunity to complete that upsell, and if not, then they don't have that offer anymore. Okay? Right, list versus sequence, but right. Again, I'm not broadcasting to that list, meaning if I go here to email list and I want to do a broadcast, I'm not going to broadcast to this list. I'm going to broadcast to my prospects, and I'm going to broadcast to my customers. This is just doing its job, trying to get them to become a customer. At the end of this sequence, if they don't become a customer, they go to the prospect list. This list here, they're already a customer. I'm just trying to sell them the upsell. That's it. I'm adding them, you have to add them to a list. What the question was, is you're not adding them to a list, you're adding them sequence. Well, the only way that they're going to get into an action funnel is if they're on a list. So you have to always create a list. You don't have to broadcast that list, but you always have to create a list. Okay? In order to get them into the action funnels, you always have to create a list. There's no other way to get them into the action funnels except to create a list. And then that list is attached to that action funnel. But it doesn't matter, I'm not broadcasting them anyways. They're already in the customer list. That's the list I'm broadcasting to. I only broadcast to 2 lists right now under for RG Life. Customers with specials and newsletters and all that good information, and then prospects with offers and all that to try to get them to become a customer. I do not broadcast to these 2 lists. These 2 lists are created so that I can create the action funnels to get exactly done what I want for these 2. One is I want to try to get this person to become a customer, and this one is already a customer, and I want them to buy the upsell. That's the only thing. The only purpose of this is to send out 4 more pieces of messaging that are time sensitive for the upsell. That's it. Okay? Okay, when they bought, they were added to the customer list, and when they do not purchase the offer, they simply get a sequence. That's it. That's it. If they don't buy the upsell, meaning if they do not buy this, they don't buy this upsell, then they get added to that sequence, and I have to create a list in order to add them to the sequence. Okay? But they're still not in they're not in the prospect list, they're in the customer list. But I'm sending this automatically because I don't want to email this out to them. I want this to automatically happen. And once it's to the final notice, it's to the final notice, and then their time's up. They can't get any more access to that page to buy the upsell. It's done. 72 hours I give them, and that's it. So that's the whole purpose of that. Okay? So do we have any other questions? And again, watch this a couple times. It's not hard. It's not rocket science, but it's critical that you get your sales funnel blueprint laid out properly, and that then you have the tools to be able to build the pages on the front end of your sales funnel, and then you've got to be able to add all these action funnels. Create your email messaging, your SMS messaging, moving people from one list to another, removing them from one list to another. All the things, all the functionality that I'm doing within that one system. And again, please, if you have not signed up, go ahead and sign up for free, mastermindwebinars.com, and sign up for free, join our Facebook group, private group, get into my list. We join up, you just go right into the Mastermind Webinars list, and we don't spam you. You know, we only let you know when we got training. If I get a video, I'll send it out to people. I'll let you know about these webinars and all information to help you, again, master your online business success. So I want to thank you all for coming today. Appreciate it. I will get this webinar up on the blog no later than tomorrow. Thank you again. God bless. Have a wonderful day. Take care till next time, folks.